Hello and welcome to another episode of the CMS Quick Start video blog. Today we're going to continue on our topic of discussion, WYSIWYGs. Previously we installed a WYSIWYG editor, so we have bold, italics, font changes, color changes, add links, email links, web links, create tables, indent things, numbered lists, ordered lists, etc. We did that previously. Today we're going to look at better image handling, trying to get images in there. And who are we? We are cmsquickstart.com. Do check us out. We have fully functional installation profiles that are highly themed, highly pre-configured with content types, blocks, and views. And some have carousels, and it's very nice. Check it out, cmsquickstart.com. Who am I? I'm still Doug Van. Check me out at dougvan.com if you're so inclined. On to the order of the day. There are two modules I've installed on my site to get better image handling in a WYSIWYG. IMCE WYSIWYG Bridge and the IMCE module. Now this module is fine if you're not using the WYSIWYG API, but we are. You recall in the last video we installed the WYSIWYG API. So you have to have the WYSIWYG Bridge. Fair enough. Here's our site. Now we're going to enable these modules. Do a search for MCE, and here it is. Required by the bridge, and it is. And down here is the API bridge. So just those two modules, we're going to enable them both, drop to the bottom and save it. And we're going to see some increased functionality in images. Recall that previously we could only use images that were already on the server, the remote server. And let's refresh our memories over here. Under Site Configuration, WYSIWYG. On this screen, as we saw last time, we have the input formats. We have filtered and full are the only two options we have right now. And if a big text field is selected for full HTML, the editor will apply. If the filtered HTML is selected, there is no editor. Fair enough. Now let's take a look at the settings inside of this editor right here. And the buttons and plugins is what we're talking about. Recall we left off in the last video with only bold and italic chosen. There are a ton of them here, but we only chose a couple for demonstration purposes. We need to add a few. We need to bring the image in, and here's a new one, IMCE, that's afforded to us because of the IMCE bridge and the IMCE module. Now I'm also going to add paste text and paste from Word just to show those off because we're going to use those briefly as well. We're going to save this. Now heading over to create some content, content management, create content. Let's do a page. And here's our WYSIWYG, and we have the bold and the italics like we expected. There's the image icon and paste text and paste Word. Let's go ahead and paste some text here. Let's do it with the paste text. I have some fun text in my buffer here. We'll just paste that big long thing. So here's a bunch of goobledy nonsense text. And right in front of this I want to put an image. So what do? I hit the image up here. And browse server, which this is all the same so far. We can put a URL in here from an external image somewhere, but that means we're pulling the image from somebody else's website, which you may not have permission to do. We can browse the server, and here are all the images on the server. But and there's my logo that I was using once. So it's all the files that are available on the server are available in here. But here's a new item, upload. That option was not available in the last video. Let's choose that. And let's take a look at what I have on my drive here. Not just a bunch of pictures of me. So we'll choose Doug Van. Now here's an interesting option. I can also create thumbnails on the fly while I'm doing this for later use. Those are pretty small. This is a little bit bigger, and I don't recall the size of this image originally, but I think it's kind of big, maybe too big for what we're going to do. So I'll go ahead and create that large thumbnail. I'm going to say upload this, and it created the Doug Van JPEG and the large _ Doug Van. So you can see that the original image is 267 by 331. That's pretty big. In fact, if you hit that, there it is right there. That's pretty big. Oh, you can't see that. Let me get up here. Here we go. So yes, looking at this image here, that is pretty big. And this one here is pretty small. And here's the one that we asked it to create. The large 180 by 180 is right here. And that's kind of in the middle of those two. And that's just perfect. So that's too big, that's too small. Or the other way around. That's too small, that's too big. This one's just right. So we're going to send to CK Editor. And it gives us a little preview there. And we're happy with it. And we should be friendly to our users who may have disabilities and put in here picture of Doug Van. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and hit OK. Well, we're getting somewhere. We've got some text in here now, and we've got a picture next to it. But it'd be nice to have that's kind of close together. I'd like to have my text up here. What are we going to do? Well, there are some more options we have. So by selecting the image, by single-clicking it, and hitting the image icon again, it pulls up all the information about this image. Now I can change the image at this point. I can go back to browsing and looking around and replace this image. I can change the width and height, but that would only change the size being rendered, not the size being loaded in. So you want to be careful with that. Let's go to advanced and check this out. Width 180, height 180. So it's automatically putting a height and width tag in there that specifies the actual size. We're going to add a couple things here. Float left. And as you may know, this causes the image to float to the left, thus the text to the right will come up and wrap to the right of it. So we're going to do that with a semicolon. And here's, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of room here. Let's do a margin right of, well, let's do 9 pixels. Just put a little room in there to breathe. Hit OK, and there we are. So we have the image. We have some room to breathe. Our text is now wrapping up because this is floating in left space here, and all this text is just coming in right after it. So we've added an image, and we've styled our image and styled our text around it a bit, all with the CKE editor. And remember, now we have the WYSIWYG module we installed previously, and then also the CK editor application, which is a third-party application. I believe that was on SourceForge. So that was the previous video, and now on this one, we've installed the IMCE WYSIWYG bridge and the IMCE module, enabled them, and then gone into our editor and added some fun pictures. If you think that's fun, I think it is. So hope you enjoyed that. Who are we? We are cmsquickstart.com, and do check this out. Try before you buy. Contact us for a free Drupal theme demo of your choice. So we're demoing these. These are pretty hot. Check them out. I'm still Doug Van at dougvan.com. Hit my contact me and say hello. Thank you so much.